Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Sister Saira, and welcome to Tarbiya's Storytime Live. This is a weekly live storytelling that we do for all children. So I am so excited today. We actually have a published author joining us. It's Sister Kazima Wajahat, and she's the author of the very popular Mikaeel and Malaika series. So let me bring her on. Welcome. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Kazima.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's such a pleasure to have you. Thank you for joining us and making time for this out of your busy schedule. So how are you doing? How's your Ramadan?
Alhamdulillah, we are creeping towards the end. So it's like those last couple of days you kind of have to push through and you're like completely exhausted.
I know, no sleep and all of that, but alhamdulillah, I can't believe it's already the last week of Ramadan. So we're so interested, we're so excited to have you. And, whenever we have an author, we like to kind of also, ask you, pick your brain a little bit about how you got started. How did you get inspired to write this series? It's such a fun and engaging series for children. I have friends who have it for their, they've read it with their children. They love it. So how did you get inspired to write this?
So I have actually, I've had this love of ever since I was little. I always tell this story. I used to get in trouble a lot at school because I used to write stories, and I used to spend so much time writing all these stories that my teachers used to say, well, she needs to concentrate on her work. She needs to, it's great and all, we love it, but writing stories and actually telling stories too, because I used to get in trouble for like talking to my friends in class. So that was always an issue with me. But it was something that meant a lot to me. And along with that, I had a lot of books and I used to read a lot of mainstream books, but along with that, my parents used to fill our bookshelves with every single children's Islamic book that they could find. And unfortunately, when the Islamic books that we used to grow up with, they weren't the kinds that we get today. They weren't at all comparable to the books that you from or also, the authors that we loved. The verbiage was off, the language, the illustrations, everything was like not up to par. So I always thought, wouldn't it be great if we had a nice, Islamic book that was just like the Dr. Seuss books or just like the Mark Brown books. And it wasn't until I had my firstborn in 2012 where I was like, this is something I really want to do for my kids, especially, and for all the kids around the world. And I started toying around with the idea, but it seemed overwhelming, so I kind of gave up on it. And then it wasn't until my daughter was born where I was like, I had that early life crisis because I was, my background is actually speech language pathologist. And I work as a speech language pathologist. But at that time, I was creeping up, 30. I was going to hit 30 pretty soon, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? I want to do something more. Am I just going to be known as that speech therapist after I die? It's like you want to leave something behind, even though hopefully, we never know, but hopefully I had a long way ahead before I die. But yeah, so then I was like, no, I'm doing this. If there's one thing I want to do, I want to write an Islamic children's book. That's where it all started, and I pushed myself. I did all the research, and I figured out how to publish, and here I am, and went from one book to another book, inshallah, and there's more in the process, but that's kind of how it all started.
Alhamdulillah, that's so lovely to hear, and I'm so glad you were inspired to do that, not just for yourself. Like, I'm happy for you, but I'm happy for us too, that we get to have these books for our children. And you're absolutely right. I also grew up with those kids Islamic storybooks that were always maybe sometimes a little too wordy or not as a little bit dry for children. So now, alhamdulillah, like our kids have such an amazing selection of kids Islamic storybooks, and your books are certainly along with that. And I'm so glad there are more to come. I'm happy to hear that. So with that, why don't you, inshallah, take it away. Go ahead and read us your new Mikaeel and Malaika story.
Yeah, absolutely. And before I start, I do want to show the first book that I came out with was Mikaeel and Malaika, The Quest for Love. And this one is my newest one that I'm going to be reading today. My camera is like off. I'm sorry. I'm like mirrored. Mikaeel and Malaika, The Power of Dua. And this is the one that I launched in February, and I'm almost sold out. But no, I would love for everyone to take advantage of it. It's on my website, as well as there's some retailers that have it.
And I'll go ahead and link the website down in the chat box for all of you listening in. So afterwards, you can go and get one of those last few remaining books before she sells out, inshallah.
Okay, so Bismillah. So a long, long, long time ago, about for another mission. What? Can you hear me?
I'm so sorry. I was just going to come in and say that I think we are having a little bit of an audio problem, but I can hear you now. I think it's okay now.
Yeah,
all right, everybody, can you hear us now? Can you hear Sister Kazima now? I have a few people commenting audio problem.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Sister Kazima.
I can start over. I mean, I've already read a page.
And did you want me to add the story to the stream as well?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all right. I'll go ahead and add that. And yes, I think okay, they can hear us now. All right, so I will go away again and I'll add the story so that they can see the pictures, inshallah.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, can you guys hear me now? I just want to make sure before I start again and I get really into it. Okay, they can hear me now. Good. Okay, Bismillah, we're going to start over. Okay. Mikaeel and Malaika were brother and sister, and they both had one thing in common. They were superheroes. At least they used to be. One day, as they're walking back from the masjid after Jummah prayer, they heard, "Somebody help!" Mikaeel and Malaika glanced at each other and quickly whipped on their capes and rushed to the scene of the crime. It was time for another mission. "What happened, Sister Sarah?" "Someone has taken all our shoes," she wailed. "Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this," Mikaeel reassured. The superheroes ran to the parking lot, raised both hands to the sky, jumped into the air, and fell back down. They tried again. Arms outstretched, they sprung off one leg and collided with the ground. "Malaika, our superpowers," said Mikaeel. "Why can't we fly anymore?" cried Malaika. They needed answers. They needed Big Boss. Big Boss was in the middle of a classified utensil purification process. You guys see what he's doing? He's washing the dishes. "Big Boss, Our superpowers! They're gone! Cried Mikaeel. Alas, my superheroes, your superhero lifestyle was only a 14-day free trial. Free trial? Mikaeel and Malaika were shocked. No powers, no problem, exclaimed Mikaeel. We still have... Mikaeel opened his super secret garage. Our super jet? It's gone! Mikaeel and Malaika ran back to command post. Big Boss was skimming through a high-profile superhero manual. You guys see what he's doing? If you guys know, you guys can put it in the chat and let me know. Big Boss, our super jet, it's gone, cried Mikaeel. Oh, that old thing you flew on. I stole that on Spamazon, Big Boss chuckled. Mikaeel and Malaika were lost. No superpowers, no super jet. What about Mission Disappearing Shoes? Asked Mikaeel. Big Boss laughed. My superheroes, there is no need for your distress. There is one superpower you still possess. Mikaeel jumped. Oh, I still have my super X-ray vision? Big Boss shook his head. Super speed? Not quite. Super strength? No. Super meal consumption? Big Boss raised an eyebrow. What? I get hungry, shrugged Mikaeel. The power of dua is your greatest strength. Asking Allah will take you to great lengths. The power of dua? Asked Malaika. Yes, the power of dua! Mikaeel and Malaika exclaimed, running to their prayer mat. Oh Allah, you are the most merciful, the all-powerful. Please help us find the missing shoes. Mikaeel and Malaika finished their dua and waited, and waited, and waited some more. Let's go check now. What do you guys think? Are the shoes going to be there? They checked the shelves. No shoes. They checked inside. No shoes. They checked outside. Still no shoes. So the superheroes headed back to command post. Big Boss was busy sanitizing the infantile waste unit. Do you know what he's doing? He's changing the baby's diaper. Big Boss, we've lost all our superpowers, even our power of dua. The shoes are still missing, cried Mikaeel. Have patience, my son, for an apple is only good to eat when it has turned red, ripe, and sweet. Mikaeel and Malaika hitched a ride with Grandpa to the apple orchard. Oh Allah, you are the most loving, the giving. Please, please help us find the missing shoes. Mikaeel grabbed a small green apple from the tree. Mikaeel, wait! Blah! That was so sour. Malaika stopped and thought. An apple is only good to eat when it has turned red, ripe, and sweet. Malaika handed Mikaeel a bright red apple. Try this one. Sweet. Mikaeel and Malaika returned to command post. Big Boss, any news on the shoes? Questioned Mikaeel. Big Boss was busy training this new superhero recruit. Patience, my son, for a caterpillar will never fly if it doesn't wait to become a butterfly. Mikaeel and Malaika raised their hands in the middle of the butterfly garden. Oh Allah, you are the all-knowing, the all-aware. Please, please, please help us find the missing shoes. Mikaeel, a caterpillar! Mikaeel stroked the tiny green caterpillar. But why isn't it flying? He wondered. Malaika stopped and thought. A caterpillar will never fly if it doesn't wait to become a butterfly. Look, the cocoon, it's moving, Malaika pointed. Bit by bit, the cocoon began to shed. Out blossomed a beautiful butterfly. Mikaeel and Malaika watched in awe. Mikaeel and Malaika returned to command post. Big Boss was concocting his infamous superhero nourishment biscuits. You know what he was making? He was making chocolate chip cookies. Mikaeel sat at the table and reached for one. Patience, my superhero. Rewards are best when the time is. I'm tired of waiting. I've been waiting and praying for days, and my dua won't come true. Why, oh, why won't my dua come true? Mikaeel interrupted. Mikaeel, rewards are best when the time is right. Rewards will come with Allah's might. Allah gives us ripe red apples to eat, but only when we wait for them to be sweet. Only by waiting will a caterpillar fly, by turning into a butterfly, exclaimed Malaika. And don't forget to ask Allah. He loves when we ask him and do dua, said Big Boss. That night, after Maghrib prayer, Mikaeel and Malaika raised their hands in dua again. Oh Allah, you are the all-seeing, the all-hearing, the just. Please help us find the missing shoes, but only when you feel we must. Mikaeel, Malaika, come outside, called Super Agent MOM. Mikaeel and Malaika couldn't believe their eyes. Behind the masjid, under the bushes, were fluffy newborn kittens, keeping warm and none other than the missing shoes. Allah had made their dua come true. Mikaeel smiled and said, Thank you, Allah. Rewards will come with Allah's might. Rewards are best when the time is right. And it ends with an ayat from Surah Baqarah about dua. And that is the end of my story.
That was such a special story. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Sister Kazima, for sharing that with us. And all of you listening, if you want to share, kids, what you liked best about the story, or maybe even, a time that you remember when you were making dua and you had to pray really, really hard, you can share that with us too. Gosh, that's like such a lovely story though, mashallah, especially right now, we're in the last 10 days of Ramadan.
Yes. It was actually interesting because I had written the story and I was back in January. And was going well. I was actually printing in China at the time. And of course, there's first. So everything was shut down. And I was really for Ramadan. And down in China, for other printers. And literally, like, I had the best part to send out. Had invited me with the story. I was like, I'll have my books by then. And I found a printer, and there's moments where I'm not going to lie, for years, that has happened. But it's so ironic because it was of God, and everything happened for a reason. And alhamdulillah, the way it happened obviously was the best way that it happened, and eventually everything worked out.
Alhamdulillah.
Very ironic that it was this book that it happened.
Right, yeah. When we need that reminder too, that we need to make dua and be patient for our dua to be answered. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, that's so. And I didn't realize that actually self-publishing is really a lot more work.
Oh yeah.
You're really like managing your own business and everything. So,
absolutely.
mashallah.
Everything. Printing, designing, to writing, to figuring out illustrations. It's just
it's a lot, I know, but alhamdulillah, thank you so much again, Sister Kazima. Thank you for joining us, for reading and sharing your time with us. Everybody, I have shared the link to purchase Sister Kazima's books. The link is right there. She's also shared a 10% off discount code with us. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. I am going to go ahead and just do a few announcements and then we'll be good to go. Okay, everyone? So please stick around for just a second. I am going to drop the links as well to contribute to Tarbiyah right here. As you all know, we have our beautiful, huge 30,000 square foot new masjid, alhamdulillah, in Roseville. And we do have a balloon payment due on that. So if you could contribute anything at all, we'd really, really appreciate it. Please, share the links with your friends, your family. It's the last 10 days of Ramadan. Please, please do. Even if you give a little bit every night, inshallah, we'll get the ajr of Laylatul Qadr, inshallah. Also, tomorrow we do have our Laylatul Qadr program. It's going to be going all night from, I think, 11:30 all the way till 3 in the morning. We have khatiras and adhkar, and our imams are going to be leading us in like dua qunut as well. So inshallah, do join us for our Laylatul Qadr program. We do have our last session actually for the Nights of Noor with Ustada Jannah. That's tomorrow at 5 p.m. If you'd like to register, that's going to be on Zoom. And we have a drive-through Eid planned. Sister Kazima, what are they doing for Eid where you are?
So what we've been doing, we have a group of friends and their kids, and so we've just decided that we are going to drop everyone's houses and everyone's going to their Eid. Dropping off goodies, things that we didn't really spend time doing before. Now we have so much time to do it. So alhamdulillah, it's going to be different, but we're trying to make the most of it and have our own memories.
Inshallah.
Yeah, I actually remembered that I forgot to mention how that about this. I came out with a book about a couple of weeks ago called Mikaeel and Malaika, A Quarantine Ramadan. And that's also available on my website as well. It's very pertinent to our current circumstances.
Oh my gosh, how perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an ebook. You can buy it online and you can download it, watch it, or read it on your iPad or print it, however you want. But yeah,
that's awesome. My gosh. Wow. Because that's like, I think the kids, it's really starting to get to them. That's something that we don't really realize as much as the children are really being affected by it, not seeing their friends and stuff. But I also love the idea of your, drive-by Eid that you're going to do with your friends. So over here in Sacramento, we are doing a drive-through Eid. It's going to be actually at the masjid of our parking lot at the Foothills location, everybody. So you can just come between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. We're going to have all sorts of entertainment for the kids, for the whole family. We're going to be giving out goodie bags, and you'll get to wave at everybody from our cars and say salam alaikum to our imams and our staff. So inshallah, I hope to see all of you there. Inshallah, Sister Kazima, if you're ever in California, definitely drop by Tarbiyah. Inshallah, we'd love to meet you in person too.
Inshallah, absolutely. Thank you so much for everything. This was wonderful.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Jazakallah khairan. Don't miss out on all those cool programs, and we'll see you again later. Assalamu alaikum.